it's Oa and welcome back to my channel for another bullet journal video. And today is my April plan with me for 2022. My theme for this month is cherry blossom and butterflies, but minimalist butterflies, if that makes any sense. And my color scheme is pink. I am using my Dingbat notebook from the Wildlife collection. If you are interested in getting one for yourself, I have a link in the description box down below, which will provide you with 10% off your next purchase, or you can use my code OAT10 for 10% off. And all of my other supplies will be in the description box as well. So let's jump straight into this video with my cover page, and I decided to go with just a simple calligraphic style lettering in the center of the page with just the month written, and then doing from each side one branch of a tree and then a few butterflies here and there. Just really simple but also quite colorful. I've been really into pink lately. If you haven't seen my March plan with me, I did an entire pink theme with love letters, so it's been like a thing lately and I've just been really into it. The cherry blossoms were actually really simple to draw. I never drew one before this and I was quite intimidated with the whole concept of it, but in the end it was really easy and I just did a different style. I did open one, closed ones, and a few petals that are flowing in the air. And for the butterflies, I just did the most simple butterflies possible with a black body, and then the wings are a really light pink. For the entire setup, I am using my Tombow dual brush markers. I will put exactly which one I used in the description box, but I just think the colors just look so good together and I am just in awe. I didn't know I could draw that, honestly. I never tried before. I saw all my inspiration from Pinterest. I have my Pinterest linked in the description box if you want to go follow me there. I post all of my pictures, and that's also where I found all of my inspiration for this theme. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this cover page. It's just really simple, and also I didn't take really much time to do, which I do appreciate. Next we have my calendar spread, which is usually the same layout every month. It's basically just a regular calendar and I just have some doodles all over it. I did a header which is 2 square wide at the top of the calendar, and I colored in alternating between a light pink and a darker pink, and I just think it ties it a little bit more to the theme. And then I just drew the rest of the calendar, which is really simple. I didn't go all out and did all separate or anything like that this month. I also just wrote April at the top of the left page, just using calligraphy, just really simple and in black, because there is also so many colors that I just did a lot of the lettering just in black to not have too much, so it's not too overwhelming. And then I just did a branch on each page, and a couple of butterflies here and there. I just think it's a really cute theme. Easy to do even for beginners. If you don't know how to draw flowers, it's really simple. You only have to do 5 petals, and each petal has a little dent in it, and then you color it in with a really light pink, and then you add in the middle only a little bit of a darker pink, and then add a little strand of black with a little dot. I think you can see it a little bit better in the close-ups, or I will have a complete tutorial on my TikTok, which is not posted yet, but if you are curious, I will have that later on in the month. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the calendar. Nothing too crazy. I just colored it in, which is the part that does take the longest. Unfortunately, it's pretty time consuming, even though it's pretty easy to do. Also, something I should mention is that there will be no mood tracker for this month, because when I planned all of the pages, I actually completely forgot to make one. I don't know what happened, but I forgot to plan a page to make it, so I completely forgot. I will still have one, and it will be at the end of the month after the weekly spreads, but it will not be in this video. I will, however, have it posted on Instagram, so if you are interested. But I will only start posting April spreads after the 1st of April, but you can still follow me there to see a little bit more close-ups of all my spreads and some insights. But yeah, normally I would have my mood tracker right after my calendar spread, but for this month I am going straight with my habit tracker, which is what you are going to be seeing next. And I did this kind of same layout that I did for last month, which was just boxes, but for this I actually did mini calendars, which was a lot harder to do. But I did not have to actually write every single one of the day in. So it was a little bit easier and a little bit less time consuming to do all the lines compared to having to write every single day in the calendar. And once that was done, I added the title, which I tried this new lettering style all throughout this setup, which I don't know, tell me if you like it or not. I wrote in loose cursive letters the title, which was habits, and then I used a black marker to write in normal lettering tracker on top. So let me know if you actually enjoy that. And then I added a string of color to each one of the calendar, which will be where I will add what habit I'm tracking. It is not in this video because I did this in February actually. This was recorded a long time ago. Just because if you didn't know, I have been struggling with paralysis of my left arm, so it's been a mess. And at the bottom of the spread I have my medication tracker and my migraine tracker, which are staples for me. And I only use half of a square per day to track, so I only have space for a little dot, but it's enough since it's meds and just to record the level of pain. I only went from 1 to 8 for my migraine tracker because I usually don't have migraines over that, and if I do, it's extremely rare, so it's not that big of a deal if I don't actually have it. And now we have my symptoms tracker, which is really simple. It is 7 columns of 2 square wide, which are for each symptom. So I track 7, and then all throughout on the vertical line is all the numbers for each day. And I just have an intensity tracker on the side, as well as underneath it a space to write what symptoms I am tracking, and obviously the title at the top. But it's really just a really simple tracker. I usually use a gradient from yellow to red to track my pain, from 0 all the way to 4. And that's how I know. I usually track things like paralysis, migraines, bloating, if I had really cold hands or feet, or pretty much you could track anything you actually need. But that's just an example of what you could track, and it's really just a useful spread, and I actually love it. And I just kept it really simple since there will be a lot of colors involved afterwards. And now we are already onto the sleep tracker, which is the exact same layout that I do every month. It really works for me. On the upper line, which goes across the page, I have a 24-hour clock going from 5 p.m. on the day of to 4 p.m. the next day, and then I track how much I sleep using a colored line, and also if I have any naps, and that's why I have a 24-hour clock and not only like some hours for the night. And at the bottom I have a key, which is to know how good my sleep was, because sometimes I can have 10 hours of sleep but I actually didn't sleep good. So I have good, okay, and bad, just to have a record on how much I sleep. And I use this paired with my symptoms tracker to see also how my sleep impacts my symptoms and other things like that. I use the same lettering as I did for the title of a habit tracker. I really think it looks better with the lighter shade of pink, so just let me know if you like it. And I just kept the doodling really simple because the color that I use in the title is the one that I will be using in the tracker usually, or in this case I will be using a gradient of the pinks. And now we are already moving on to the water tracker, which is pretty self-explanatory. It is to track how much water I have, and I count in cups or in glasses of water that I have. I know that the glasses that I have at my house are 250 milliliters, meaning that if I have 4, I drink 1 liter of water. So that's how I count, and I know how much water I have. And the increments in between each is 2 squares. So if I have half of a glass of water or a smaller glass, for some reason I just count it as half of a glass, which really doesn't happen, but I still do it. And I go all the way through 13 glasses, and yes, I have already drank 13 glasses of water. It's a lot. But I still include it just in case one day I drink way too much. And then going down the side, I obviously have the days of the month, and then at the bottom I just added a little bit of decoration, which I'm just absolutely in love with this theme. I also added one of the little butterflies on the left side of the spread, just because it was a little bit bare. I'm sorry, it seems like my head is getting in the shot a lot. I tried to cut it out as much as I could. Apparently I did not do that great of a job at it, but yeah. Also, if there's little breaks, it's because I was recording at the same time for TikToks, so it's a little bit messy because sometimes I had to have good shots for that, so it's a little bit weird, but it's actually super hard to do. So yeah, that's for my water tracker. And then we can move on to my reading tracker, which is a brand new spread for this month. I had previously a productivity tracker or an anxiety tracker, none of which was working for me. And I decided that I really wanted something a little bit more useful for me and that would actually help me. And one of my goals for this month is to read a little bit more, so I decided to go over there, and I think it's gonna be a really useful spread. I can't wait to start actually using it. So the way that it works is that going down the side, I obviously have a line for each day, and then at the top I have increments of 2 squares, and I just have increments of pages for how many pages are read. So I would start from the line that is right by the day, and then draw a line all the way through how many pages I read. And I start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then I go by 50 each time. And I go all the way through 40. I will have to see how it works for me to decide if it works or not. And at the bottom I have a key to have a color coding system to see at one glimpse how many pages I have read. And I also have a last page, which I did not record because the time I was recording this, it was almost midnight and my camera died. But I have a highs and lows of the day, which you will see in a close-ups. But it's already the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more. Like the video if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!